recording. Your homework today is the front side only. We're going to be doing everything that all the kids did today. We're going to be talking about slicing 3D shapes and population and samples. So I'm trying to get as much possible in your brains before the SBAC, okay? Very important that you start doing your homework, continue doing your homework. We got a couple more days before the SBAC, very important test. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually learn from a video. It's about slicing. So after watching that video, we're going to do this simple worksheet. See the dotted lines? That's how we're going to cut. So if I were to cut along the dotted lines and open this shape up, which of these figures will be illustrated by the dotted line? Very good. All right, I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to work on this. And then the back side, you can either draw what shape will be shown, or you can tell me the shape, like write down the name, or you can sketch it out. So if you just want to sketch it out, which is what I will do, or you can write down the name. What shape is shown when you slice it? Let's go over these answers. On the front side first. Number 2, because we already did the first one, sphere. What is it?
D.
D, very good. Right rectangular prism?
D.
B, boy, because the bottom is a square.
Oh.
When it comes to these, you have to look at the bottom part. Okay, letter C. Oh, darn. Cone?
C.
No, how'd you guys know?
Because the bottom is a circle.
Yes. Cylinder.
A.
And triangular. A. So this one, the bottom is a triangle. So be careful. With the pyramids, you gotta look at the bottom. Is it a triangle or is it a square? All right, the back side. Okay, we're gonna go over it. Okay, number 1, what shape do you guys think it is?
That's what's that? A trapezoid.
No, I think it's like a square, maybe parallelogram. Okay, number 2.
Rectangle.
That one's like a skinny rectangle. Yeah. Number 3.
A triangle.
Yes, the bottom will be a triangle, so that would be a triangle. All right, number 4.
A long triangle.
I would say like it's like a right triangle. I feel like that's a 90 degrees. I kind of feel like it. I feel it. Okay, number 5. What do you guys think?
A triangle again.
No.
Skinny rectangle.
A skinny rectangle. Yeah, another skinny rectangle. Rectangle. Yep. Number 6.
Triangle.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was the triangle.
And 7. That one's your square. 8.
Trapezoid.
That's your trapezoid. That's when the bottom is bigger than the top, so it's a trapezoid. Because you see how it's getting skinnier as I go up? Yeah. And number 9?
Square.
Yeah, square.
I only got like 2 wrong. That's pretty good.
It's more like a triangle.
I got this one and this one.
It's just more like a triangle.
Which one?
9.
Where do you see the triangle?
Where?
If I were to slice it this way, it would be a triangle, but
Oh,
because it's this way, it's...
I said the wrong key.
Okay. If you've seen it on, what do I call it? On the SBAC, on the map, or on Alex, it appears these random like slicing. I don't really know how it relates to all the 7th grade stuff we do, but this is one of those random things. Speaking of random, the next thing I get to teach you is more random than this. If you thought this was like, why are we learning about this? The next one is super, super, super random. It is called sample versus population.
I know. I learned this in my group.
Yeah, some of you have seen it on Alex. Okay. Have you guys been to Costco or Sam's Club?
Yes, I love
What's the best part of going to Costco or Sam's Club?
The sound.
The samples, right? Totally. Totally. Okay? So, this is the first time I actually say this. I didn't say it first and second period. Samples. What are they giving you in the sample? Yes.
Freedom.
a piece of like the product you're selling.
Yeah, but do they give you like the whole thing?
No.
No, what do they give you?
Like
A piece.
A little piece, a little portion. Okay? So, a sample is just that, a little piece of something that's bigger, right? So if it's a taquito, right, they'll like use scissors to chop up the taquito maybe in 2 slices. If it's an ice cream bar, they don't give you the whole ice cream bar, right? They'll like slice it in little sections. If it's a quesadilla, they'll like, cut it up. They don't give you the whole flour tortilla there. So that's what this is, basically. A sample population. So a population is everybody that we're talking about. And a sample is just a small portion, like Costco and Sam's Club, a small portion. Okay, that's a great example, Miss Emma. You should have used it first and second. Oh, well. Okay, so I'm going to talk about it and ask you questions more than writing. So I really need you to stay focused. You're not going to be copying anything. You're going to be listening, and you're going to start understanding this in a couple of minutes. It might be not the very first thing you understand, like, oh, I get it. Take some time. Okay. Surprise. I'm going to throw you a party.
Thank you.
Yes. You know that one day? That day. Yeah. Uh-huh. But I'm not sure what I should feed you. Okay? But I'm only going to do it for third period. Shh. Don't tell anybody else. Only third period's getting this party. I just don't know what to feed you guys. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask second period what to order for you for the party.
I thought
Is that a good group to ask?
No, because they're gonna get mad.
They're going to get
crash
mad.
out.
Yeah.
You should ask us instead.
I should ask you. Why should I ask you guys?
Because we're the one that is getting the party instead of them.
Exactly. So, part of this math, like literally these questions that I'm asking you, is the math that we gotta learn. What's the right population to ask the question?
Third.
The people that are involved, right? Third period. You know what? I don't have time. I gotta put in the order right now so it gets here before the end of the period. So, can I ask all of you what you guys all want and take a vote?
Yeah.
That takes too much time.
Yeah, it takes
What
too
should
much.
I do?
Ask at
Vote.
least 5 people.
Ask at least 5 people. I like that. So if I ask this group right here, hey, what should I order right now for the whole class? Is that a good
No.
sample?
Yes.
No, yes. Yes.
You have to ask one
It is.
person from each group at least.
Oh yeah.
Okay. But do I want to ask everybody?
No.
No, it would take too much time. Like I got to order it now on Uber Eats. What am I selecting? I'll just ask this group, this sample. That should be okay. Are they part of the class?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, right? Okay. Okay. So, what's the difference between sample and population? Population is everybody in the class. Everybody in the class is called population. Everybody. Sample would be just asking this group, right? If I ask second period, if I ask 5 kids from second period, is that a good sample? No, because will they give us a good answer for our class? No. So even though it's a small sample, I can't ask them. They won't give me the right answer. They might be mean about it. Okay. I want to get rid of homework. I want to no more homework forever
On Friday.
here at McFadden.
Friday.
Okay? But I should probably ask people if that's a good idea, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, do you think we should get rid of homework? Yes or no?
Say yes.
So, who is the population? If I want to get rid of homework for McFadden, who
Everybody.
is the population?
The principal.
Where?
School.
Who? What school?
McFadden.
McFadden. So if I want to get rid of the homework at McFadden, what is my population? Everybody who's here, right? From kindergarten to 8th grade, that would be my population. Okay, but I have to take a survey and ask. I'm gonna go to CAR and I'm gonna ask the students at CAR if McFadden should get rid of homework.
You're gonna say no.
They would say no because they would get jealous. Yes.
Yeah.
So if me going to CAR and asking them a good idea,
No.
No.
right? Am I asking the right people?
No.
No. Okay, fine. I'll come back to McFadden and ask McFadden. I'll ask the 8th graders.
Yes.
Yes.
They're gonna say yes.
They're gonna say yes. Oh wait, no. They're gonna say
No, because next year the 8th graders are gonna leave.
and
So what are the 8th graders gonna vote for?
Say no.
They're
No.
gonna make us get homework.
Exactly. So are the 8th graders a good sample
Nope.
to ask?
No.
I say the
Stop
6th
getting
graders.
homework.
The 6th
So- Should I just ask 6th graders?
Nah.
No.
No.
7.
7th graders.
Should I ask kindergartners?
Yes.
They don't
Yes.
even have homework yet.
Yes, they do.
We'll
They
just
do.
say that they don't do homework, so that means no.
Who should I ask? Yes?
Principal?
Okay. Just the principal
No, because the principal would say no.
and teachers? So who would be the best sample?
Me.
Maybe the principal, some
Me.
teachers. Who else?
The students.
Some students. Every student?
No.
A student from every.
The smart students.
A student from every grade?
Yeah.
Couple students from each grade?
Mm.
I agree. Is that a little bit of everybody?
Mhm.
Yeah. If I just ask you guys, you might give me a different answer, right? So a sample is part of a group, but you want to make sure that you choose the right group. If I go to CAR, that's not the right group. If I ask 8th graders, they might give me what is called a biased answer. Have you guys ever heard of the word bias?
Yes.
Nothing.
So a bias is that you favor something or you dislike something already. You won't give me like a neutral answer. You'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go this way. A little bias. Gosh, I don't think anybody.
Me.
Interesting. I don't think anybody. Oh yes, Mel does. Mel, the school just won $10,000
For us.
for sports. Mel, who should get $10,000? What sport should get $10,000?
The sport that one.
Spot that one.
The sport that won.
No, we're just gonna we're getting this money
Oh,
for sports.
for sport. It
So
could be
who
any
should
sport.
get the money?
All the sports.
It could be soccer,
Sports
football,
equally.
basketball.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's very.
I was
nice.
hoping that you would say soccer because you play soccer,
I
don't
would
you?
Yeah, but like,
how would you
but that's not fair for every.
No, I understand. I was trying to make a point here.
Yeah.
No, okay, so Mel did a great job of not being biased and picking his own sport. Last period, I picked a student who does hockey, and I said, Angel, what team at McFadden should get $10,000? And immediately he's like, oh, hockey, Miss. I'm like, hockey should get that money. And everyone's like, that's not fair. That's not fair. Everyone should get it evenly, right? But Angel had a biased opinion. He's like, no, I want it for my team. And that makes sense, right? That's what I was trying to figure out. Like, do any of you play sports here at McFadden?
Yes.
I knew that.
You do not, bro.
I don't play for the team. I just like play outside.
Right. Well, that was the closest that I could remember. Anyways, okay. So some of you might give me a biased answer. Some of you might not give me a biased answer. Okay. I want to know what is the best theme park in Southern California. So I'm gonna go stand outside of Disneyland and ask the first 100 people that walk by me, "Hi, what's the best theme park in Southern California?"
It was so Disneyland because they're going to
No, because
Disneyland.
Disneyland is here.
What do you
in
guys talking about?
California.
Not.
Knott's is the best.
No, Six Flags.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, but what's wrong with where I'm at asking this question?
You're just outside of Disneyland.
I'm outside of Disneyland. So what's the probability that the people I interview are gonna say Disneyland?
What if
Like
Chris-
100 out of like
what
100
if
because
Chris
they're
thought
going to
Newport
Disneyland.
Beach?
Right. Is that a theme park?
Yeah.
So if you're at Disneyland, you're probably gonna say Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
Now I could probably go to the mall and ask 100 people there. Is that gonna be super random? Yeah,
Yeah.
right. They're at the mall. They're not thinking about theme parks, but I'm gonna ask you randomly, right? I can go, "Hey, Miss J, what's your favorite class?" and put her on the spot. She may or may not give me a biased answer. She might be like, "Of course, Miss Lamont, it's third period." I'll be like, "Hey."
Right.
Look, she's naughty. She's naughty. Yeah, okay. I'm not. We'll take that as a art class, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Totally unclassified.
Hey, what if I go? We're gonna decide if we have homework or not. I'm gonna ask one teacher, and that teacher is Mr. Armstrong.
Oh, no, Bernard. He scares me.
Is that gonna? You think? What is he gonna think?
Yes.
No
Bro, what
homework
if
or
he,
yes?
he would say no homework?
Yeah, let's do that. So, it's important to know who's the right sample and who's the population. The 8th graders get an end of the year party, okay? But we don't know what to feed these 8th graders.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Who is the right people to ask?
8th grade.
8th graders.
8th graders. Should I ask you guys?
No.
No.
Now, should I ask if I ask every single 8th grader, is that a sample or a population?
Our population.
Population. If I just go right now to Mr. Armstrong, who has 8th graders right now, and just ask those 8th graders have Mr. Armstrong for third period, that would be a sample. Would it be a good sample?
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, are there 8th graders in there?
Mhm.
Yeah. So it would be a good sample if it's 8th grade class right now. Yes.
Why can't we just ask the 8th graders that have the best
Great.
grades so like it won't be that biased?
That wouldn't be that fair.
I don't know. How many wouldn't be fair? How much 8th graders have some good grades?
Yeah, aren't they the ones going to
And I'm not trying to look for the good kids. It's too much. I mean, there's too little.
Aren't you the good kids?
No, I'm not a good kid. I got 5F.
I have like AA.
I'm not
I'm not talking.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you guys asking?
We're gonna
Are you
see
guys asking?
how much we can get through this worksheet. The important part is it asking you for sample or is it asking you for population? Okay? So, this is literally 7th grade math, what we just talked about. Okay, a school principal wants to see which subject the 526 students in his school like best. So, what subject do they like the best?
Population.
Which choice best represents a sample? So, we're looking for a Costco sample. All the students in the school, the students in 3rd grade, the first 90 students who came into the school, the students making a B in math. So which is a good example of a sample? Dylan?
C.
Correct. C. What's A? All the students of population. Yes, Chris. What's wrong with B? It's biased just to 3rd graders, right? They might say art or like recess.
Yeah, recess is good.
Okay, what about D? What's wrong with D?
All students make fun of me.
Well, students, they have a good grade in math, right? So they might go, oh, I like math because I'm pretty good at it. I have a B, right? A little bias. But this one, the first 90 kids, like, you don't know who's coming in first, right? It could be the straight A student. It could be this kid who struggles. So, very random. All right, let's do B together. Before a nationwide election, a polling place was trying to see who would win. Which choice best represents a sample? All voters, a selection of male voters, a selection of voters from one part of the nation, a selection of voters from all over the nation. D. It's not C. What's wrong with C?
C's biased to that specific place.
It's one part. Are we voting the same way that Florida votes?
No.
Okay, no. It's not gonna. All right. All voters would be the population. And then male voters, well, that's specific just to males, right? They might vote differently than females. All right, I'm going to be quiet for 2 seconds. Can you do 3 and 4? 3 and 4. Is it sample or is it population? Is it sample or is it population?
Only 3 and 4.
Yeah, okay. Gaming websites wanted to find out which console its visitors owned, which best represents a sample. A would be a population. Visitors over 24. Visitors with an E in their username. Visitors with a 3DS station. So which one's a good sample?
Yes.
Okay, A, Alex, is population. We're not looking for a population.
D, because a
They have a
sample.
gaming console.
But I want to know,
They're gonna be biased B towards that gaming console.
right, they already have that console. They're going to be biased with that console. So D is not good.
It's B. Let's
But does a 24-year-old have the same console as a 16-year-old?
No.
Correct answer is C.
see. What was C?
You have an E in your name.
Miss, what?
That's super random. But it's the best. It's not the greatest, but it's the best choice.
OSCARR.
It'd be good to find straight
If you need a homework and I can pass one out, there it is.
Excuse me. Okay.
Careful, gentlemen. Did I give you this already? Okay. And then this is the homework. I just don't know front, back, left, right. But the video will. Don't lose the blue paper. I might finish the blue paper tomorrow.